Good evening. I'm Gloria. This is Yoga with Gloria. Thanks for being here with us today. Today we are going to do yoga for strength. So something a little different today. We still will be doing yoga, but if you want to do more, build more strength, you're welcome to bring some weights to class. If you don't have weights, it's fine to do the whole class without weights. And just let me know how it goes for you in the comments, since it's the first time we're adding weights here. Okay, for those of you who have joined me before, thanks for coming back and being a loyal student here. And if you're new, thanks for checking out my class. I've been live streaming 3 times a week since COVID started. So every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notifications of future free classes. And if you are not a sponsor and interested in helping me with my live streams, there's information on how you can do it under the description now. And anybody that helps with that will get free private high intensity interval training classes every Monday at 8:30 p.m. So 8:30 a.m. Sorry, I'll be sending the emails out tonight for all of you. Sponsorship plans start at $10 a month. Okay, thank you guys, and let's get started. Go ahead and say hello in the comments if you like. I'd like to see who's out there. So hi, Roseanne. Thanks for joining. Hope you got your weights ready. All right. Yay, Alice is here too. Good. Let's go ahead. And Fernanda, good to see you also. Let's go ahead and shrug our shoulders up, back and down, forward, up, back and down, again, forward, up, back and down. Okay. So we're just going to take a nice side bend here. Hello, Suresh. Welcome. If you have your weights, go ahead and get them handy for our class today. If not, it's fine. You can do it without weights. Other side. And just seeing the little thing at the bottom there. I've never seen it before, but it says, note there will be no yoga with Gloria live streams December 24th or December 31st, so that Gloria and her IT guy can enjoy the holidays with their family. Cute. Thank you. All right, so we're going to take a twist here on the other side. Okay, I think that's good. Let's go ahead and take a, closing our eyes, big inhale in, full exhale out, grounding down. Tuning in. Letting everything go out that's no longer needed. Okay. Let's bring our hands in front of our hearts. Take a moment to set an intention. And we'll seal that in with 3 ohms, inhaling deeply. Okay, we're going to start in a child's pose. So go ahead into our regular child's pose.
1 ohm.
What's that?
It's just 1 ohm.
Oh yeah, that was just 1 ohm. What's going on? Should I do 2 more? Okay. Well, it's a special class, so I'm thinking about the weights. So. Okay. It's funny when you try to mix classes, where to draw the line. Okay, so here we're gonna walk forward from child's pose. You keep your shins down, and this is strength building. So you're just going to keep your shins down and do a small little push up. And then you're gonna walk on back, take a quick child's pose. You can curl the toes under or have them far apart. The knees can come under your hips actually, and then you'll come forward again. You can stay on your shins if you like, and slowly come down and a push up, coming back. So if you have a block, when you come forward, you can do an easy push up just until your head comes down, so it's not too hard, okay? All right. Or you can lower it a little bit lower, and let's see if you can come forward. So my shins are still on the floor, and just lower the heart and back. So let's do 3, 2, 1. Taking it back. Move the block. All right, spread your fingers. And let's come into a full plank now. So nice strong core. And see if you can, you're just going to take your heels to your left, then to your right. So heels to your left, to your right. Little core work and strengthening upper body. 3 more on each side. 2 and 1. And come to your knees. You can cross your ankles and you can come forward for 2 little push-ups. 1, 2, and then we'll find our cobra. You can roll your shoulders back. Turn to your left. Turn to your right. And then lower all the way down. So hands by your hips. Shalabhasana coming up. And down. And up. And down. Last time up. And down. And then find the cobra. Roll your shoulders back. Welcome, Dan. Turning to your left and right. And coming into cat-cow pose. Drop your belly, round your back. Drop your belly, inhale, exhale, round your back. Tuck your tailbone under. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last time, inhale, and last time, exhale. So this one we'll do without weights. So let's bring our right leg straight back, and we're just going to lift it straight up. Strengthening our glutes. Feel that in your glutes. Little pulses. Super straight. lengthening up through the crown of your head. If you're able to take your opposite arm, you're just going to pulse here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And turn to your left. Catch it, kick it away. And release, knees together. Left leg straight out, and then straighten it, little pulses. Feel the left glutes firing up. If you can, take your opposite arm up. And then turn to your right, catch it, and kick it away. And release. Curl your toes, downward facing dog. So bend your knees and really lengthen up. And then you can straighten and pedal your feet out. All right, from here, let's rock forward into a plank pose. Nice, strong plank, strong core. Send your heels back and see if you can take one little push-up, elbows back and come up. And then rock back to downward dog. Feet together, right leg lift. Bring it forward for runner's lunge. So bending the front knee and sinking your hips, keeping your gaze up. So you can rest on your upper right thigh and feel that left side of your hips stretching out. And go ahead and pulse. All right, straighten both legs. You can take a shorter stance if you like. Both legs are straight. The back heel slightly lifted. Just feeling a little hamstring stretch before we begin. And you can pulse a little here. Okay, then go ahead and bend into your lunge again. And you can switch legs, or you can take it back and bring it forward. Yeah, let's just do that. So left leg forward, square your hips, and then you're just going to lunge into a deep runner's lunge. You can rest your chest on that left thigh, and you can pulse a little. Feel that right side, front hips, flexor stretching. You can rock back and forth if you like. And straighten both legs. You can take a shorter stance and just feel into the left hamstring. So light little pulses here. Okay, let's go ahead and step forward to forward folds. Relax your neck and shoulders. Grab your elbows, and you can ragdoll over to the left and the right. Left hand down, twist to your right. Right hand down, twist to your left. I hear the raindrops. It's been a while since it rained, so it's actually really good for us. Coming back, circling the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Now, your first chance to grab some weights if you like. So we only have 2 sets here. I have 5 pounds and I try to get 10 pounds, but they just had 9, so 5 and 9. But you get what you want. I'm just going to have a light one to start, a 5-pounder. So feet are wide, hips width distance. So lengthen up through the crown of your head. And you're just going to lean towards the side with the weight. So just relax that side. So you can hold it here like this, little pulses, or you can lift the arm up. Whatever feels more natural for you. So it's not a huge movement. Maybe pressing the right palm up to the ceiling might feel better. 3, 2, and 1. Back to center, grabbing it with the right hand this time. Just relaxing the hand down to the side. And the left hand, I'm going to turn the palm up. And I'm just going to lean over to my right a little. Lean over as I press the left hand up. Feeling the side body stretch. Try not to let your rib cage flare forward, but ribs down, tailbone under, and side bending. So looks like this from the front view. Anything with, if you want to press up or if you want to do a fist, whatever you want is fine. 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Okay, let's go ahead and grab your heavier weights. Again, if you don't have weights, you'll still feel burn with no weights. So we'll do a little heels in, toes out. A little goddess heels in, toes out. Or you can have feet forward if you're able to. So I just like to touch my weights like this. So chest is lifted. I'll show you the side view. Engage your core as you go back. Make sure your knee is tracking your second or third toe, coming down as far as you're comfortable. And on the up, when you come up, you squeeze your glutes and you thrust forward a little bit with your hips. So if you're my Monday morning class, I actually can see you on Zoom and I call out whether you're in good form or not. So look at my knees are not going forward of my toes. See that instead, if you need help with that, come to a chair and then as if you're going to sit back at the chair. And then once you tap a little, then you just come back up. So let's go. Squeezing on the way up. Squeezing on the way up. So you don't have to go as far down as I am. You can just do little squats is fine. And you can stop when you're tired. I think I'll do a few more. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Okay. And then relax. Shake it out. Let's do a little yoga. It's a yoga class. Do a little yoga. Little side to side, stretching. So interlace your fingers. You can go side to side with or without. Let's just do without weights. So just hips back. We're just shifting our weight from side to side. You can interlace the fingers over. Really set your hips back. Weight in your heels. So now we're gonna, again, you can do this without weights, but deadlifts. So it's kind of like half sun salutations. So let's circle the arms up, inhale, exhale, fold. So inhale, lift and lengthen. So see the hips are back, the knees are over the ankles. So you're gonna just do this up and you're gonna strengthen. So if this is enough, you don't need your weights. But if you want weights, make sure to bend your knees whenever you pick up the weights. And then come on up to standing. The same posture, hips back. Knees are straight, but not, legs are straight, but not locked. You're gonna lower down as far as you're comfortable and then come up. Nice straight back squeeze on the way up. Squeeze on the way up. Thrusting your pelvis forward. Squeeze. Squeeze and thrust. Squeeze and thrust. Without weights, you should also feel the burn. If you're doing it correctly, you feel the posterior chain, which should be the strongest group of muscles in our bodies. So you feel that low back, your glutes, and your hamstrings. I'm going to do 8 more. 8. Of course, if you have heavier weights, you'll probably already stopped. If you have lighter weights, you can go on for another 5 minutes. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Okay, lower it down. And we'll do real sun salutation. Inhale, up, exhale, fold forward, lift and lengthen, nice flat back. Exhale, fold right leg back, left leg back. Super strong core. See if you can chaturanga halfway down. Find a cobra, up dog, and a downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Bring it forward between your hands. Sink it down. Straighten it up. Forward fold over your shin. Take that right hip back, both legs straight. Feel the hamstring stretch. And then step forward, forward fold. Circle the arms up. Exhale, dives you down. Lift and lengthen. Nice flat back. Exhale, folds. Hi, Daisy. Left leg back. Right leg back. To your belly, chaturanga. Or most of you will probably have to come to your knees, which is fine. Cross your ankles. Find a double chaturanga if you're going to go to your knees, since it's a little easier. Find a cobra. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Bring it forward. Exhale, sink down low in the front hip flexors. You can rock back and forward on the back toes if it feels good for you. And then you're going to straighten both legs. Take a shorter stance. Exhale, fold forward over the front shin. You can pulse a little if you like. And step it forward, forward fold. Bend your knees. If you're going to use weights, go ahead and grab them. And bend your knees and slowly come on up. Okay. So feet or hips width distance. If you need to take a little heels in, toes out, you can. You can do this without weights again if you're just joining. So this is optional weights today. So hips back, down, squeezing on the way up and down. So I'm noticing my knees do not come forward of the toes. You can pretend you're sitting on a chair behind you, or actually sit on a chair and then get back up if you need that as a guide. If you're feeling quite a bit of heat, maybe some sweat, let's do 3 more here. 3, 2, and 1. And forward. Go ahead and bring your hands to the side. Feet hips width distance. Pointing forward. Hips back. Nice flat back. And back down. Nice flat back. Or you come all the way up for deadlifts and down. Let's do 8, 7, 6. So there's a slight bend in your knees. 5, 4. Hi, John. Get your weights. 3, 2, and 1. And go ahead and set your weights down. And then we'll do one sun salutation again without weights. Fold, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Let's bend our knees, walk, step, or jump back. Chaturanga, cobra up dog, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Let's bend it and stack it. Open your hips. Look under the left underarm. And let's bring it forward. Come on up for high lunge. Back heel is lifted. So if you want, grab those weights again. If you don't have weights, you can still get a nice workout without weights. So you're just going to bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. So let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step it forward. Right leg back. We're going to do 10 on this side. So you just bend and come up. Bend and come up. So give me 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay. Set the weights down. And we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So parallel your feet, send your hips back and fold. So if your head can touch the floor, great. If not, then just spin the inner thighs back. If you need help, you can put your hands on a block or a chair. So lift and lengthen. And then we're going to lift one arm and twist for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side. 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's quarter turn to the right. And we're going to come on down, set our knee to the floor. Stretching it out a bit, lifting up, and then rocking back, feeling a hamstring stretch as we fold over the front leg. Okay, let's bring our knees together. Other side, left leg forward, interlace. Bring your hips forward and press into our leg to have our upper torso upright. Hands to the floor. You're going to shift it back for Ardha Hanuman. Okay. Knees together, come forward, double chaturanga, and a cobra, and a downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, let's bring it forward. Spin the back heel down. Come on up for warrior one. Warrior one, you can have cactus arms, squeezing together and opening up. Squeezing together, opening up. If you want weights here, you can grab weights. It's an option. You don't have to do weights on every single one, but if you want to, here we go. Just do 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Clasp your hands behind you, knuckles in your low back, and try to squeeze your elbows back, lifting up your chest. Bend the front knee. Let's rest on the inner thigh. Lift the arms over your head. Get hands to the floor. Do a couple mountain climbers here. Switch, switch, switch. Let's do 3 more on each side. 3, 2, and 1. And other side, come on up. Warrior one. That's an optional thing. You don't have to do. Of course, if you don't want to, you can cut out anything I do. You can also take a child's pose because adding weights really increases the amount of calories you burn and the exertion and energy that it takes out of your body. So if you normally don't sweat in a yoga class and you're sweating now, congratulations, you're putting in some good effort. So again, if you want the weights, grab them. If not, you don't need to. I'll face you to show you what I'm doing here. A solid warrior one stance. Exhale, elbows touch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Clasp the opposite pinky at the bottom. Straighten the arms, lift it away from your body if you can. Pull your left hip back and find a humble warrior. And step it back. Lower to your knees. Come forward, double chaturanga. 1, 2. Find a cobra. And a downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Let's bring it forward. Spin the back heel down. While you're down here, if you want to grab your weights, you can. You don't have to again. So finding warrior 2 legs. So you can either stay out here, bicep curl, or just keep your elbows in towards your body, bicep curl. This one is more stable. Why don't we start here? And if you want to do that, it's fine, but be careful. So this feels more stable. So you can stay here, do a little till you're burning. You can make it harder, heavier weights if you like. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Always bend your knees when you're picking up or dropping the weights off. Come back into let's shrug, shoulders, open the arms, come into your warrior 2. Reverse the warrior. Forearm to your thigh for a side angle. If you're more flexible, come on down. You can bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Hand behind you, roll your shoulder back. Find your half bind. If you're ready for a full bind, go for it. Release, coming back. Turn this foot in, other foot out. Oh, and if you like your weights, go ahead and grab them. Again, the options where this one is harder. Bring in and up, in and up. This one's easier and more stable. So this one actually I recommend more. Elbows in, hugging in towards your ribs, palms facing up, and just curling it straight up. Exhale, exhale. Trying to keep your warrior 2 stance as best you can. Looking at your biceps, because what you pay attention to grows stronger. Let's give some attention to our guns here. Do 3 more. 2. Last one. And bend. Put it down gently. Shrug your shoulders forward, open up, come down into a warrior 2. Reverse the warrior. Forearm to your thigh for a side angle. Drop your hand to the floor. Bend and straighten if you're able. Hand behind you. Roll your shoulder back, half bind or full bind. And release. Come back to center. And let's come on up. All right. So if you have a heavier weight, I would grab that. If you don't have a weight, again, you can do this without. So you can either stand here or you can kneel down. Either one is fine. So what you want to do is you want to elbows in, palms facing up, holding a weight or holding a block. Okay, so look at my ribs. You don't want to flare it out like that. So you want to bring it in, tailbone under, okay, and then straight up. Try to squeeze your elbows towards each other. And this really works your triceps. So if you don't have weights at home, one that you can do for triceps that's always good is this one, lifting your butt, and then you just go like this, elbows back, and that will work your triceps pretty good. Okay, otherwise, if you have weights, let's do a few more here. Up. Okay, and relax. And we'll do one more for the shoulders before we really get into our shoulders. We'll take a little break here. You can just do this. Stretch up and over, up and over. Okay, so the next one we're going to do one more for shoulders. So you can either just lift and lower for shoulder press. If you don't have weights, you can do down. I'll show you this way. Downward dog works the shoulders, but you can do a push-up, a downward dog push-up, which helps build your shoulders, right? So you can do one of those, or if you'd rather work the deltoids, you can do this. Exhale up. This one you need a lighter weight. I'm just using a 5-pounder. It's almost like you're pouring milk or coffee and then add that little twist at the top. So you can kneel down or you can be standing up. Keep going. If you're doing the press, do like this. Let's do 3 more, 2 more, last one, and release. Okay, so now we're going to come on down into our puppy pose. So if you have a block, it helps open your shoulders a little more, but you don't need it. So hips over your knees. Slowly lower your forehead to the floor. Straighten the arms as much as you can with the palms facing each other. Namasteing a block between or just namasteing your hands. Press down into the floor with your elbows. Lifting up into your namaste prayer hands. And feeling that stretch in your triceps. Okay, and then release. Okay, so now we're going to do the dolphin. So clasping your hands. So we'll add a little bit of a challenge this time. You don't have to do the challenge, but I'll add one. So you're just going to clasp your hands. Elbows a little more narrow than the shoulders. So be careful with the shoulders. If there's any uncomfortableness or you don't think it's strong enough, then please come down, because shoulder injuries are not fun and they take a long time to heal. So pressing down through your elbows and coming up into dolphin pose. If you feel comfortable, you stay here as long as you're comfortable. Otherwise, you come down. Okay, so from here, bring your feet a little closer together. And if you can, you're going to lift your right leg straight up. And then you're going to rock into your tippy toes to come a little higher. So you're kind of like, you can hop it forward even, kind of in an inversion, lifting, pressing, and holding. And coming down. And then other side. So you walk your foot in as close as you comfortably can. Rock onto the tippy toe, lifting up. So you're kind of in a half inversion, pretty much. You can come down and up, or just hold it. Make sure your forearms are really strong. 3, 2, and 1. Come on back. So ideally, when you go up into an inversion, like this, so upside down, your forearms are on the floor, and then your joints stacked. Shoulders, hips in one alignment. So that's why when you're downward dog, you're like this, but then when you come forward, you kind of want to rock forward. Do you see how my hips kind of go over the shoulders? So I'm preparing for that inversion someday that you guys are ready for. I might do a little tutorial sometime. Okay. All right, that's it for that. Let's go ahead and stretch it out. Let's take a low lunge. If you have prop, you can prop your knees. Come forward. Stretch. And stretching the arms overhead if you can. Anjalayasana. Wiggle it out to the side. Lift for a quick lizard. So you can have straight leg lizard. You can bring your knee to the floor. You can keep your right foot on the floor, or you can lift your toes, rock onto the edge. So it's whatever feels good for you in this moment. You can lift that back knee off the floor if it feels good. So yoga is awesome, or I wouldn't be teaching it, but also it's much better for you if you complement it with other exercise like strength training, the HIIT, the other classes I offer. So let's go ahead and reach on back, pull it in. And actually, when you do strength training or HIIT, then the yoga feels so much better, right? And release. And we're going to switch. Left leg forward. Exhale, come forward. Anjali Asana. Say a prayer. Open your heart. Hands to the floor. Wiggle your foot out to the side. Any kind of lizard that feels good to you right now. Lifting, rocking forward and back. Maybe it's lifting your toe up and rocking onto the edge of your foot. Maybe it's on your forearms on a block, or maybe that's too deep and you're up here with straight arms. Oh, and I wanted to tell you guys, since you're here, about 30% of my Patreon sponsors have told me that they're able to get reimbursed through their company if they ask them for a wellness discount, or if they can submit it through a wellness program or something. So check with your company, please, whether you're sponsoring me or not. And if you're not and you're taking my classes and like to, then you don't have to pay for it, right? If the company covers you. And if you are, then you might get a kickback. So that would be a win-win, right? So go ahead and check with your company. All right, turning to your knee, bent knee, reaching back, grabbing your foot, pulling it in, feeling a nice quad stretch. And release. Okay, let's stretch our shoulder joints. We haven't done this one in a while. So since we did that work with the shoulders, let's bring the left forearm closer to you with the palm facing down, the right forearm over that. Both palms are facing down and they're right under your chest. And then you're going to walk them away from each other, palms facing down, until they can't straighten anymore. Then you'll bring your chin forward, so the chin should rest comfortably over your shoulder joints without choking you. So if it can't go over the shoulder joint, maybe you can just put your chin on the bicep, on your right bicep. And this should feel really good, just relaxing, like a kind of like a yin stretch for the shoulder joints. If it doesn't feel good for you, then you have some inflammation going on in your shoulders, so you can take out one shoulder or the other, whichever one is bothering you, or you can just sit this one out and do a different pose. So just let the weight of your head stretch out into those joints. Release. And now we'll do a little pec stretch, taking the right hand back. This one was easier when I had a top camera, but take the right hand out to the side. You see that? Right hand comes out to the side, and then I'm gonna spin over and take the left foot and press it down. So I'm stretching out the right pecs. The head is on the floor. You can look wherever you like. So some people are super flexible but don't force it. They're able to clasp both hands behind them and straighten them, and they're also able to bend both feet flat on the floor. Again, you don't have to do that, but if you can, if you're one of those Gumbies, go for it. I'm not naturally Gumby. So left hand comes out the other side. This side might be easier to see. So left palm is down, and I'm gonna take my right foot up and down. So stretching out my left pec, shoulder. So I may or may not be able to reach, maybe clasp and open. And release. Come on down. Okay, let's bend and stretch, open up our chest, and do a little back bend here. Feet together. Let's roll over to one side, head to the floor, roll over to the other side, to the floor and release, and popping up. Let's take both legs out to the side, spin the inner thighs back, hands behind us, lift and lengthen. So you can just walk forward or hands on a block here. If it doesn't feel good because your pelvis is not tilted forward, you can just keep your hands behind you and lift your chest up. You can tell if it feels good or not. Okay, then you can bend one knee also. That feels better. And we're just going to do a quick side bend here on one side. So leaning towards your straight leg. You can just relax like this. If you have trouble with alignment, if it doesn't feel good, lean against something like a wall with that straight leg and your shoulder blades just relaxing on the supports, and then you don't have to worry about that. And if you're less flexible, your foot can come out a little bit, like way out here. If you're more flexible, go ahead, grab your foot with one hand, maybe both hands. Turn your heart up to the sky, or just hold your hand, come on up. And other side. Stretching over towards the straight foot any way you can with straight arms, leaning as far as you can over. You can elbow to a block, elbow to your shin, holding up your head. Or you can grab both hands onto your foot. If you're more flexible, you'll just turn your heart up to the sky. And back to center. And then one last stretch, staff pose. Let's go ahead and spin the inner thighs back, lift and lengthen, and maybe stay here, or maybe you can fold over. You can bend the knee slightly if you need to, forehead towards the shin. Bend the knee and just twist over to one side, elbow past the knee if you like, a deeper stretch. Other side, bend and twist towards your bent knee, maybe elbow past the knee. All right, let's go ahead and have a comfortable seated position. Inhale, hands together, pressing into your heart center. Smile and feel blessed and full of gratitude for your body, for the health that you have to be able to take this class. For our virtual class here together, let's offer 1 Om to seal it in, inhaling deeply. Thank you so much. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and let me know if you like this kind of class, if you want me to start incorporating it every so often into the class so we can get yoga sculpting kind of. All right. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and every little bit goes a long way to help our channel here. So thank you guys. I'll send out the link for the HIIT tomorrow. I'll send it tonight. Okay, be safe. See you next time. Bye, Roseanne. Thanks for coming. Bye.